Roughing It Up is extremely happy to announce our new partnership with PSL City Tickets. You could follow them on all social media platforms at PSL City Tickets. And stay tuned as we will have tickets to give away for sporting events, including tailgating. Visit pslcity.net to get the best tickets in your city today.
Now, it's the hottest podcast in the world. From WWE to TNA by way of the NWA. It's referee Brian Hebner, legendary WWE referee and Mr. Revin Rant himself, Jimmy Corderas, and OVW and TNA senior official Daniel Spencer. It's time for Reffing It Up.
Welcome back to Reffing It Up. I am RJ, Brian, Jimmy, Daniel. How are we doing, guys?
Freaking fantastic.
And I think I know why.
Otani, here we come.
I
Get your bat ready.
don't know if
might
you want no
wanna-
Otani. You
Yeah,
want
I'm
no
saying you might
Otani.
want to be careful on what you say.
Hey, look at it this way. At least he doesn't play every game.
That's true.
I mean, like, I got to give the guy his props, though. Are you kidding me?
I will
6
say,
innings,
Jimmy.
6 innings, a shutout, and three home runs.
I know.
Yeah.
The guy only bats 210, but when he hits the ball, it's out of there.
Well, Jimmy, I will say really quick, Daniel, I'm sorry, but I
No.
am very, very happy for you and all my Canadian wrestling friends that Toronto made it. I saw all the support on Twitter or Twitter. I'm very happy for y'all, and I'm actually pulling for y'all. I really am.
I look, kudos to you guys. I mean, my team got beat, so y'all keep it up. I'm excited for my college football team who beat the number 2 team in the nation last week, and looking good. And then also my Indianapolis Colts, who are the number 1 in the NFL right now. And I'm just living off of that. My Cubbies, I can't. Next year for the Cubs.
Daniel, I refuse to talk about my college football team, and I refuse to talk about my NFL team. Let's talk about Toronto. Can't do it. I will be pissed off. We'll start the show off with me dropping F-bombs already if we talk about the NFL and my football. I guess I don't know what they
I don't
are.
even mind talking about the NFL. I'm so happy about the Blue Jays. Hey, you know what? Look at the bright side for the Titans. They'll probably get the number 1 pick next year in the draft again.
I don't know. We might be back right there behind you.
Probably.
It's the same thing with, I'll use Daniel's boy there, Indiana Jones. I'll use Mac Jones as an example, Jimmy, is with your guy there, Cam Ward. It might just be the right system, might be the right coach. Who would have thought? I've heard Daniel Jones in MVP talks.
He should
Well,
be.
well, their running back's going to get that.
Right now.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's going to get
Jonathan
that.
Taylor's
Yeah.
going to get that. Yeah.
Or at
Hey,
least
I
the
don't-
offensive player.
Either one of those can get them. I'm fine. I just want this. I just want that Super Bowl. I want that ring.
I'm going to keep stressing Daniel. I predicted this with Daniel Jones.
What's that?
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
Oh,
I predicted
as the
it was
MVP?
a great fit. No, just a great fit. He was going to help
great
that
fit,
team
yeah.
go another direction, and I'm right. I'm going to keep
I'm
stressing.
going to say that I was one of the ones that were like, oh, this AR is our guy, and man, what are they doing? I'm going to trust they're making the right decision, and they did. So
We got to remember, Daniel, I had to watch him all year for however long he was in the New York system, and just
Giants.
saw the talent. I'm like, man, he's just in a shitty system. But anyway, we have a wrestling show to do, guys, not sports.
Something that
do?
isn't shitty, though, is our first council will be there right after this, right here on Roughing It Up.
This is your 1 count.
This past weekend, Jimmy, we saw, it's been the talk of the wrestling world. Busted Open's been talking about it. All other wrestling podcasts are talking about it. Is how the pay-per-view that AEW ran, Wrestle Dream, started. on Saturday. You've talked about it as well on your reference, but what, just to set it up, what exactly happened for those of you that didn't see it?
Okay, the pre-show was coming to an end. It was about 7:55 when FTR versus Jet Speed was heading to the ring. And I was thinking to myself, really? They're going to squeeze this match in on the pre-show? And they've only got 5. Boy, they're going to really have to rush through this sucker to get it in. And then, of course, in the middle of the action, it goes to dark. The pay-per-view starts. Pyro goes off while the match is continuing in the ring. The opening of the show. So they continue the match from the pre-show right into the pay-per-view.
And the boys no sold the pyro, right?
No, they just continued like nothing happened. But here's the point I'm trying to make that people don't get. When you're trying to present yourself as a big-time company, why would you send a match out there at 7:55 when you know that your time is at 8 p.m. the pay-per-view starts? Why not just say to the people, you know what? We had this match scheduled for the pre-show, but guess what? We're going to open the pay-per-view with this match instead of going, hey, we'll throw it out there and then continue it through. Everybody's out there going, well, it was such a different feel. It was so cool. No, it was not cool. It looked like you're unorganized. If you're trying to look like a big-time promotion, act like a big-time promotion and make, perception as reality. Make it look like it.
The only thing missing was this.
Bum, bum,
There-
bum. No.
No,
No,
we didn't hear it.
no.
Oh.
We're not hearing it. What was it?
What was
Oh.
it?
Here, let me try this again. Sorry.
I think it's your mic.
Yeah, I thought you could pick it up on the mic, but
Sometimes it doesn't work from the phone. I don't know why.
yeah. All right, let's try this.
I hear it's muffled though. Nothing.
Well, I tried. The only thing missing was WCW's theme song, the show
Oh.
coming on.
Ah,
Monday Nitro.
Oh, with the fight. Yeah.
I tried.
But
You can-
But that's the thing, Brian, though. It's something that, correct me if I'm wrong, you and Jimmy were both there. This is something that I don't think would ever happen under the Vince McMahon regime.
I mean, I don't think so. Well, I know so because he wanted his show to feel big. And the way to make it feel big is to have that huge opening, announcing matches, pyro going crazy, which they had it all set up for, I guess. Listen, I don't mind them experiencing things, I guess, but it didn't work for me. It just felt weird. As Jimmy used the best word, just unorganized. It seemed like, oh shit, they fucked up. They had the pyro set for a certain time. Someone hit it, even though I know pyro's not set for time. I know it's not. I'm just saying it just felt that way. But I mean, if they want to try things, it's fine. I mean, Vince McMahon was a big believer in trying things. If you fall on your face, get up. And this was one of those get up moments, I think. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's over with now, right? Or is it?
I don't know.
Who knows at this point? But we also saw to
Benny Hill theme.
Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pyro.
We saw an injury though, guys. Is Seth Rollins back to have surgery, and they're hoping that he comes back by WrestleMania 42. Daniel, we saw a battle royal last night to decide on who is going to face CM Punk at Saturday night's main event in, I believe it's Salt Lake City, on the 1st of November. Ended up being Jey Uso. But just your thoughts. It just seems to me that, once Seth's got a good momentum going here with the title, something like this happens. Whether it be, obviously it's legit. So,
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, people work. I mean, some people say he's injured. He's been injured quite a bit. And he worked through injuries and stuff like that. I mean, so does everybody else. I mean, a lot of people have over the years. I know he's had a couple major pullbacks. He had some torn ACLs and stuff like that in the past, where he had a rebuild. He did the whole rebuild, restraint. I don't even remember what the thing was.
Redesign?
3 R's. Redesign, rebuild, something like it was like 3 R's.
Reconstruction.
Yeah. But I mean, and the last one was a fake thing, so this one makes this one wonder if it was real or not. But it seems to be legit, and it's frustrating. But injuries happen, and is that now? My question is, is this injury the reason why they decided to go ahead and turn the vision on him now? Because it did seem so quick, in my opinion. So maybe that's why they decided to do that, so they can get him out of the way, or was he was still going to do everything that was the plan all along, and then the injury happened after that, and they're like, oh boy, now thank goodness we did that, we can move on. But I'll tell you this, when he comes back, he's going to be a uber baby face. I know that.
I think the turn was I think that what they did, Daniel, like you said, was done quick, but I think that was the plan. I just think they had to move forward and do it quicker because the injury is legit.
Oh yeah, no, I think it was eventually the plan down the road. I just thought it was too soon.
Yeah, I don't think they had a choice because I think the injury. I really, really do think it is legit. I don't think they're working me. If they do work me, good. All right, it's fine. But I really believe this time it's.
Well, then the injury would have happened against Cody Rhodes, right?
Right.
That would have, that would have been in Australia then, right?
Yeah.
I find it interesting though that they did the spot where Braun hits him with the spear and then Bronson hits him with the tsunami, which tells me that the shoulder was so damaged that it needed surgery, but they probably couldn't do any more damage to it. So that's why they went ahead and did it the way they did it, as opposed to something different like they did with Jacob Fatu on Friday, where he allegedly has an injury, so we hear. And instead of having the match and doing something in the ring in front of people, it was a backstage segment where you find that piece of truss laying on top of him and his teeth knocked out and all that kind of stuff. Obviously we wish him the best. I guess from what I hear, this type of surgery requires a long recovery period.
Yeah.
But I hate when people say, "Oh, he's snake bit, injury bug."
No, he's not.
In this industry, there are guys who are
Triple H. So was Triple H.
Yeah, technically speaking,
yeah. So was the Undertaker.
Hell.
So was Steve Austin. We keep naming
right.
Them.
Yeah, it's just back then they wouldn't let you work with a fractured ankle or anything like that.
Right.
Well, and I think too, though, guys, and obviously we'll get into this with our guests too, is the impact that social media has on a lot of these injuries. Is because if you don't see something on Twitter, you don't see something on Instagram or whatever, you don't know anything about it. That's why I think the difference is from when Austin or Rock or Triple H, not everybody had access to a computer in your pocket like they do now. But like you guys said, it's just sometimes it gets just blown out of proportion.
It does. It does. I have a question for y'all though. I want to go back to AEW for a minute, and I'm sorry if I went off topic, but
No.
This was presented to me, and I believe it was my good pal, Commander fan, Justin LaBar, and he posed a great question. Mercedes Moné. She won her 12th title, 11th title, whatever it is now at this point. 12.
Yep.
What does this do for the company she works for? And what does she do to lose these belts because she can't keep them all forever? So, like, RJ, you asked me, would this be something that Vince McMahon would do with the pyro thing and going into the show? Would this be something Vince McMahon would do? No, because his belt, he thought, meant everything. And here he goes down the bottom.
You bring this guy in to screw her over.
For all 12 of them? For all 12. And then the next lady's got in the spot. She's got to lose 12 of them.
Winner take all, brother.
I don't get the point. Can someone please make sense of this to me? What is it they're trying to show? That their title, that AEW doesn't mean shit, but all these other ones do, and AEW is just another one of the titles that she's got? I don't get the whole thing.
My honest opinion, though, and I'll leave it up to the rest of you, the Daniel and Jimmy too. I, this is just my opinion. I have no factual backing it, but I think that all these independent companies have some sort of stake in it, where
Well, of
their title
course.
gets seen on TV
But they
or
haven't mentioned any of them. They
None.
just show
right.
titles though, so you don't know what the hell they are. And here's something. Here's a point that nobody else brings up. You guys know that in indie shows they have a budget.
Yep.
Hmm.
Can you imagine how much it costs to bring in someone like a Mercedes Monet?
A lot.
Hmm.
Uh, You, you people would be out there that don't understand would be shocked how much it's going to cost. So this is an indie promotion, bringing her in for that cost. So you're going to bump up a house for one night. But what are you going to do? You're going to sell your $20 tickets for $50 now?
Right.
You might get away with it that one time, but then what happens for the rest of the time? Does it help benefit down the road? All it shows is, you know, to the AEW fans, it's like she can't win the big one there, so she has to go elsewhere to win titles.
And again,
And they could work that into a story somehow. You know, if somebody could figure something, maybe they could use AI to come up with a good story.
and
But
again, Jimmy,
it's not helping her. It's not helping in any way.
or the company she works for. That's the problem
Right.
I'm having. How does this
Right.
help her? Or the not even her. How does
Who
this
was
help the
who?
company?
You guys could probably who was the
The-
one, the luchador that had the several titles? Was it
Ultimo Dragon.
It was Ultimo, right?
Hmm.
That's what they're trying to recreate and doing it horribly. Stop going back to the old stuff. It's okay to go back to some old school stuff and recreate it, but do it in a way that works. There's a reason why it worked back then.
Again, she's got to
Mike.
lose these 12 titles. I mean, when's that happen?
Oh yeah.
But
She's
guys,
gonna-
what?
So
Go ahead,
now
Jimmy,
she
I'm
has to go
sorry.
back to each. Sorry. Now she has to go back to each territory to drop each title.
And then how's she come out smelling then?
Well, she'll
Mm.
probably go back to AEW and win the big one after that.
It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, I'm sorry. I was
No,
trying to get you
I
guys.
mean,
Was that a great point or not that Justin LeBar brought up? I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Daniel, you want to say something? You were at the mic and everything, and you backed off. Come on.
I
it's
mean,
because
no,
cut
I
him
just,
off.
I just,
Sorry.
I mean, I don't. Eventually, having all these titles. I mean, I think Kenny Omega was collecting them too at one time. Having these titles again, it's great, but you know, when you do have to lose them eventually, that means you can't lose them all in one match. You just got to lose them all in 12, right? So, um, yeah, just hope they thought about that because politics are politics and
Yep.
they're everywhere.
Well, not only the Vince era, but I believe the Triple H era. None of those titles mean anything to them except theirs. Theirs is the only one. Theirs is the prestige. And so I'm just trying to feel how Tony is this structurally making sense for his company to feel big. I think it's doing the exact opposite and nothing for her either. But anyway.
Right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go into a break real quick? We'll come back in our referee review before we bring in our very special guest this week, the last real professional wrestler, Mr. Jack Vaughn. But we'll do that right after our ref and review right here on Reffing It Up.
This is Ref and Review.
We talked about AEW at the beginning of the show. And Jimmy, they had a I Quit match with Darby Allin and John Moxley on the show. It was what it was, man.
Yeah. I mean, okay, nah, not everybody's cup of tea, but hey, it is what it is. Couple of things from that. I'm going to get to the ref in a sec, but the fact that they did all the waterboarding and the bamboo shoots under the fingernails and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he made him quit allegedly with the Scorpion Deathlock. But okay, so in a I Quit match, what is the object of the match? Is to get your opponent to verbally say, I quit.
Correct.
That is why in the past, a referee would run around the ring with a microphone so that you can audibly hear whoever it is say, yes, I quit, or no, I do not, or no, no, no.
In
And I
TNA, we
know,
just did this last year at Genesis.
Mhm.
Mike Santana versus Josh Alexander,
Yeah,
quit match, and I was the ref, and I had a microphone running around.
right. And why? Because you want your audience to hear it. If your referee is running around without a microphone, and I get it when they have a mic and they keep asking throughout the match, do you quit? Mind you, I prefer if they just say, do you quit, instead of, hey, what do you say? Do you quit? Or just say, when they say, what do you say? What do you mean, what do I say? What do I say? I say, this fucking hurts. What do I say? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of a question is that? The match is, I quit. So the question is, do you quit? And it should be in a microphone. And as annoying it is 50 times during a match, people can hear it that way.
By the
did
way,
any-
real quick, that's one of my critiques when I'm watching a referee and they're asking for feedback, and I watch them and they're doing, what do you say? What do you say? And it's a mission, and I'm like, what do you mean? What do you say? Just ask them, do they quit? You ask them,
You
why
want
do
to
you
give it
say-
up?
you know,
You want to give
you
it up?
give up.
Right,
Yeah.
want to give up? You give. Hey, we call it when we ring the bell. You end it right here.
Mhm.
You know, say things like that. Don't say, "What do you say?" And they were like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, that makes no sense. So, anyways, back to your
Now-
point, Jimmy. It makes no
Yeah.
sense in that too. But
No.
even in a regular match, but definitely in that match.
Right.
Now,
No,
I
but
will say,
did
by
any
the
of
way,
you hear Moxley give up?
no.
Say, I quit?
Mm-mm.
Why?
No microphone.
Because he gave up when there was a hard shot from the hard cam. There wasn't even a still that close enough to pick up any audio.
Now, that's a production thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's a all the way around. I'm not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying that he needed to have a microphone for that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And I'm not going to, anybody that goes back and watches video on me, not expecting anyone to, but if you do want to, you can. I did say a lot of times, what do you say, Jimmy? You want to give it up? I did say something like that.
Yeah, but you added to it. You didn't
I
just
did.
leave it at, what do you say?
No, I did not, because that you're right. It's just like going, you want to go to the,
But it also, I think in my early career, I may have said, "What do you say?" Because that's what I was trained or whatever.
Mhm.
And then later I realized, oh, that's dumb. And then somebody may have said something to me. I don't even remember. But then I just changed it. So,
Right.
it happens. And I mean, so even if you did it in your early career, you learn to add more to it, because I'm sure this gentleman right here that I'm holding in my hand, Mr. Earl Hebner, probably ripped you a new one, Brian, and made you change it. So
That's two.
yeah, he did. He did. Mm-mm.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This guy. He's, by the
Oh,
way,
God.
when we go to video, I guess you'll see it, but Daniel's got him a new office, and I think he has a new feeling of butterfly or something, just like giddy. I don't know what the hell. He's already shown Earl Hebner. We haven't even been. Now he's got now he's showing Jimmy's book. Now he's showing Jimmy's book, the 3 count. By the way, get your prescription of the 3 count. It's on Amazon. And the Earl Hebner doll, I don't know.
the only problem with mine is not signed. I gotta, next time I go to Toronto.
Mine is.
Wow.
I forgot it the last time I went, and I was so mad because he would have signed. Jimmy would have easily signed it for me.
I don't know, man.
Easy.
He's charging for that now.
Yeah. Well, all I have to do is go to my favorite Cordeas, and it would have been signed then.
She could do it too. I would say she could do it. Well, yeah, but would
Gar-
you have her sign her name or Jimmy's name?
No, I guarantee she has signed his name several times throughout their marriage.
Oh, what a plot twist!
We have
I don't know where Jimmy went, but we got a new
Jimmy?
we got somebody else came here.
Jimmy K.
Who is
Jimmy
Jimmy?
K. Folks, he is now a mass superstar.
Mass superstar number 3.
It looks like the same mask that the what's the guys in gold?
Conquistadors.
Yeah, conquistadors, where they
See.
who may or may not been 2 guys from Toronto as well.
No, Conquistador were gold.
Or gold, yeah. That's it. Looks like the same mask, just as silver though. Yeah.
See.
Jimmy was waiting on this spot.
I know. He was
Oh.
waiting. He was waiting.
He said, "Did you see my book? Oh shit!"
What a pop.
Oh,
Nice.
that's great. That's fantastic.
What did I miss?
Something. Wait. Hey, Jimmy, welcome back.
Jimmy, welcome back. You missed somebody came in and did a run in when you were gone.
Thought I heard something. Damn.
Huh.
Oh Lord.
Unreal. So before we get to our guest this week, though, Daniel, I wanted to get your thoughts on the tag team title match from Raw uh, between Dragon Lee, AJ Styles taking on the Judgment Day with
Yeah.
McDonough and Finn with I believe it was Dan Danello, right?
Danilo was the ref on that, and by the way, shout out to Danilo. He's lately been he's always been really good. He's not here. The Raw. I'll say this: the Raw crew has stepped it up tremendously when it comes to their falsies. Danilo had some
Yes.
amazing falsies. One in particular, it was a save, where basically JD came in for the save when AJ had after he did the phenomenal forearm had Finn pin, and the positioning and the way it laid out. I mean, JD was technically late, but the way that he positioned himself to allow JD to still get there in time and to pull that. I mean, people thought it was 3. It could have easily been 3, and I think they probably were like, if it hits 3, it is what it is because they're going over anyways. But man, it was great. Great match. But Danilo the entire time did a great job being distracted when he be distracted. Everything there. Shout out to him on that. And we said this earlier off air, and we've talked about her recently. But shout out to Jessica Carr too. She's been
Yes.
killing it on her falsies too. Like I said, the Raw crew's been stepping it up. I don't know if they're watching Rod Zapata and being like, "Hey, Spider, we can do it just as good as you had," or they're watching me over at TNA and like, "I want to do as good as you." I don't know, but I like the challenge. I am going to challenge all of Raw now for the falsie off.
They're watching
Why
tape.
not?
They're watching tape.
Or they'll listen
But I
to
will
the
say
show.
this: you mentioned Jessica. We were talking about her off air.
Yeah.
In that match with Becky and Maxine, who's doing like wow,
Yeah.
She's improved a lot.
You talk about stepping up a game. She has.
Well, she's
there were
dungeon
times-
baby.
Yeah, she's in the dungeon. Natty, shout out to you as well.
Yeah.
Some of those false finishes, people actually completely bought in that Maxine was going to win.
They did.
They
did.
they bit
Yep.
hard, and that's the beauty of it.
And that's where Jessica Carr deserves her flowers. So
Mm-hmm.
love it. And
Yeah.
she's stepping it up. I love it. It's great to see a lot of the others doing great falsies. Now it just makes me challenge myself to be even better. So
And lastly, I'll say this. Jessica, I don't know if you've been watching Reffing It Up, or you can't watch it. Shit, my bad. But you can hear it while you're flying and all that stuff. But I do want to say that if you are listening, you are probably very happy right now because not only Jimmy, but myself and even Daniel have really put you over with your falsies. And I'm sorry and glad to see the scooper gone. It's been what now? At this point, we've noticed it 3 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, at least 3.
Okay, at least 3 weeks. We'll go maybe 4. Great job, girl. I'm so proud of you. And it makes so much of a difference for your matches too. So just want you to know I'm happy for you and see that you're learning and progressing. It makes me feel really, really fuzzy inside.
Yeah,
And she's-
losing all that indie stuff that you used to do. You know.
Exactly.
And I think she's also worked the last 3 Becky matches too.
Yeah, I feel like I thought there was like a story happening there, but
I thought so too,
Maybe-
but
maybe-
I'm
maybe-
sure we'll,
I'm
if
almost glad they
anything
didn't.
does, yeah,
Sorry,
if anything
yeah,
does
I'm
happen, I'm
almost
sure
glad
we'll get to that. But guys, why don't we do this? Why don't we go? I'll go into our break room. Excuse me, our green room. Get our guest. We got the biggest spread. We got Slim Jims in there. We got some sausages in there. We got cold beer in there. So I'm gonna go try to drag our guest out of there. He's watching. He's critiquing. He's got the videos on. He's
Wait.
looking at material.
You have Slim Jim in there.
Jims?
He's probably busting the fucking door to get out of there.
It
Jesus.
could be.
sponsor the show. Let's give him a steak dinner. Where's the steaks? He needs like a ribeye and a T-bone.
No, I just hope the logo's not on the table because he might end up going through it.
Well, on that note, we can't have that. We can't break the furniture, but we're gonna go up
Oh,
to
God.
our second count with our special guest this week, the last real professional wrestler, Mr. Jack Vaughn, right here on Reffing It Up.
Step into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
For the record, Slim Jims are wonderful.
Oh, they are.
They're a staple of my late night drives.
I told you he wanted to break out of the green room. We'll be right back right here, repping it up.
This is your 2 count.
We're back here on Riffing It Up in our second count, and we're joined by the one and only, the most, well, should I say the most, the veteran, how about that? The most viral person you can think of, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Vaughn. Jack, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you, guys. This is a pleasure.
Welcome to the show, Jack. I have to ask you a question. What the fuck is going on with your face, man? What is that? It's like your mustache is moving all over the fucking place or something.
That is my cat, Richard.
That's what that was?
The black cat. He was sitting on my lap. The mustache, the tail, they kind of like interchange with each other sometimes.
Oh,
Oh.
is that a solid black cat?
It is. Yeah, he only has, his name's Richard. He only has one eye, so he's a one-eyed dick.
Nice.
Well, welcome.
Well, we
And-
can't beat
and-
that, folks. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, that's
and
the
not
best I
only
can
is he
do.
Not only is he one-eyed dick, he's also a pussy. So
Yeah,
Oh god.
and he's just one of the many
I've
cats that
seen-
might make an appearance.
I've seen a lot of those one-eyed dicks after they were messing with Haku. So never mind.
Well, there goes that Slim Jim ad.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's all Richard Dick's fault.
Oh, sweet
Well,
Jesus.
well, Jack, it's a pleasure for me to finally meet you because I'm a big fan of your work. Not only in the ring, I'm a fan of your work online.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Where did the idea for this your little vignettes, I'll call them, that you produce online? Here's the indie way of doing things, and here's the pro way of doing things.
Yeah. So it all started about 3 years ago. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with Brutal Bob Evans.
Mhm. Yes.
Bob's a guy that I've known on social media for a long time, and he was doing a seminar at a show that I was on. So I just decided to stick around and pick his brain. And at the time, my social media, like I wanted it to be all strictly in character, but it was all just like captions of photos and stuff like that. It wasn't anything video wise. And he told me, he's like, I really like the way that you do your social media, but I really think that you need to start venturing more into video content. And specifically, he said to do TikTok. So at the time, I was very hesitant to do TikTok just because I had never used it. And I really wanted the character to be strictly old school. And I really didn't even want to do social media, but in today's landscape, you kind of have to. So I took his advice. I filmed a couple things, and it was like almost immediately it just took off. And obviously I'm not the first person to do, pro wrestling content on the internet, but I think I was one of the first ones to do it sort of in character to kind of get themselves over.
Well, I got to tell you, for me at least, it's working. It is definitely working. The first time I noticed it, you came across my feed, and I went, "Okay, what is this? This looks different." And the first one I saw was the referee differences, of course,
Mhm.
being a referee, so that caught my eye right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, as funny and enjoyable and entertaining as they were, I'm like, yeah, but he's right.
Yeah. And that was something that I've had a lot of people reach out to me over the years and say that, like, I have the indie versus pro videos, and I've had a lot of people tell me that they actually use those videos to teach their students. Like Ken Anderson told me, like, I send these to my students all the time.
Get
So,
out of here. For real?
yeah. I mean, that was a long time ago when he told me that, but I've had like people tell me that, like, hey, I train people in China and I use your videos to show them the right way to do things.
What's crazy to me is this. So, all right, where were you 3 years ago before the viral stuff started happening?
I mean, I was mostly just a local guy. So I had actually retired from wrestling. I quit in 2013, and I don't think I had an actual match for another 3 years.
Now,
And
why
then
did you quit in 2013?
So I've been wrestling for 10 years, and I was pretty much exclusively just wrestling in Cincinnati. Didn't really know the right way to go about getting my name out there, and didn't really have anyone to mentor me or tell me the right way. So I kind of just got bitter and jaded about the business. And I don't know, I guess it was maybe something about me felt entitled, like I should have been somewhere bigger than I was. And I just got frustrated. And I had also just gotten married the previous year, so other things in my life had become more important to me. And just decided, you know what, it was fun, but we're just gonna call it a day and cut our losses. So I did that, and then came back a few years later. But even then, for the next few years after that, it was like one or two matches a year. It really wasn't a lot. And then it was in 2019 that I came up with the idea for a character called Wild Thing Jack Vaughn, and I just ripped off Rick Vaughn from Major League. And I did that for about a year, but I really didn't do a ton of matches because it's weird because I had been around a long time, but I was still kind of a nobody, and I was trying to venture out, trying to do different shows, go to different places, but no one knew who I was. So I was at a show one time with a bunch of friends that I wasn't even on the show. I just wanted to go hang out with a bunch of my friends that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was talking to my friend Jake Oman, and we were just kind of like shooting shit, and he was like, man, someone needs to do this character that's just like this old bitter pro wrestling veteran who just hates what these young guys are doing and how they're killing his business. And didn't really think much of it. I had about a 2-hour drive home from that show, and the whole drive I'm just coming up with ideas for this character. And by the end of the drive, I'm like, man, someone needs to do this character. And then it was like a light bulb went off, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to do this character. And I said out loud, I was like, the veteran Jack Vaughn. And then that was like the green light. So for the next couple of years, obviously COVID happened, so I didn't actually get to be the veteran when I first came up with the idea. I had to wait about 8 months before actually wrestling as the veteran Jack Vaughn. But yeah, it was, I spent about another year doing just random indie shows. I started working for OVW at that point. And then, yeah, it was in September of 2022 that I started doing the videos, and then things just kind of took off.
You originally, I know at the Indies when you were doing the Wild Thing, you came out to the Wild Thing song, of course, right?
Yeah.
But then there was a point where you didn't have any theme music, correct? Like,
It was that was a decision for when from Wild Thing to the veteran.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it again. I wanted everything to be completely old school. Like the fanciest move that I did was an airplane spin. So I wanted everything to be old school. And one of those things was like, hey, guys in the 70s and 80s, they didn't have music. So I just came to the ring with no music.
Yeah, I remember that.
And honestly, the reason for that was I would tell promoters like, hey, I don't use music. Can I just cut a promo on the way to the ring? And that was a good way for me to establish myself as a heel on my way to the ring for fans that might not know me.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
By the way,
spin is the flashiest move that you do. Are you familiar with there's a local indie wrestler up here in Ontario, Southern Ontario, Psycho Mike?
Yes.
Mike Rollins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what his finishing move is?
What's that?
A body slam.
I love it.
I swear to God, it's a body slam. And when you watch the shows and he does that, the crowd goes insane when they count three. Anyways, I just thought
I love that.
Sorry.
Well, by the way, you have a Macho Man Randy Savage on your shirt, don't you?
I sure do.
You are a Slim Jim Mark. That's awesome.
I'm a Macho Man Mark.
There you go. Hey,
he's a former Cincinnati Red. I got to represent.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to represent where you're from. Anyway, Cincinnati, great place to live. Real quick, you say you work for OVW, do a little bit with NWA as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How is it working with Al? Al's got to love your character because it's got to be right up his alley, I would think. I mean,
I like to make the joke with Al. Whenever someone asks me about Al, I always say that I've known Al for 3.5 years at this point, and I still don't know if Al likes me or not.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. I've been told from a lot of people, like, Al will never compliment you to your face. He'll compliment you to other people. And
Yes.
that's been very that's been very true because I've never heard Al has occasionally been like, oh, that was really good, but that's about it. But if he sees something wrong, it's a 20-minute lecture.
All right.
So yeah, but no, I mean, working with Al is great. I mean, obviously, he's the kind of person that has forgotten more about wrestling than I'll ever know. So it's and it's like sometimes you're even hesitant to ask for advice because you know, like you're kind of in a hurry and you don't have 20 minutes.
Right.
So I see Spencer laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yep, that's pretty much. You can't. You gotta. Don't ask him a question. You're not ready for the answer. Basically.
Yeah, you got to settle in. You're gonna be there a while.
Have you ever called somebody and when they answer the phone, it feels like you just ruined their evening?
Yes.
Yeah. So like I called Al not long ago, and I swear to you, this is exactly the way he answered the phone. Well, what do you want, Brian Hebner? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, nice to talk to you too. But I have known him for over 20 plus years. I don't even know. It could be 30. I don't know. But all I'm saying is it's just Al. And being in this business, you have to have tough skin, and you have to you have to understand people. And Al's one of those guys you have to understand. If you don't understand, you're not going to be able to make it with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, to me, you sitting back and saying exactly what you said, you're going to be just fine because you fit into his mold. I know you do. I have ridden in the car with that man. Me and him have almost gotten to a fight in the European airport. I don't know which one. That's why I said European. Over breakfast because of a storyline we were telling on our house shows that I thought sucked, and it was his idea. Oh my God, you talking about Pat? He threw his eggs at me, and I got I got pissed, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I think your ideas suck. Your ideas suck." And I was like, "Well, I think your idea sucks." Nobody even popped on it. He's like, "You don't know anything about that," and I was like, "I'm in the ring, I can hear." But anyway, long story short, the love hate. It's the passion, man. The passion. That's what it's all about. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have something I want to read.
Okay.
I want you to give me context on this and who it's directed at. You ready?
Sure.
I opened my Twitter machine and I read this. Cut short a European trip. Spent hundreds of my own money to rebook flights. Slept on the airport floors consecutive nights in different continents, all for an opportunity. Anyone saying I just got lucky on social media doesn't know shit. Few people put in the work I do. Break this down for me.
So that was a tweet that I put out a couple days ago. So this past week, I had was originally supposed to be about a 11-day trip to Europe. It was going to start in Italy, and then we were going to go to Spain. And after this trip had already been booked, I got a call from Kyle Davis at NWA saying we would like you to be at our Samhain pay-per-view on October, whatever date that was, the 17th, I believe. So basically I had to cut short my European trip and book a separate flight because I couldn't rebook my flight. United wouldn't let me. So I had to spend about $700 of my own money to pay for a flight on Thursday night from Rome to JFK, and then a connecting flight from JFK to Atlanta on Friday morning. And I slept in Rome's airport, and then when I got to JFK, I slept at JFK. So it was all just for what turned out to be a really good opportunity for me, and has actually already proven to have been worth it because I've already been booked for more NWA shows.
Now, was this directed to who? Just the people that are haters?
Basically, yeah. There's still a large contingent of people who think that I am just a guy who doesn't put the work in and just, got lucky on social media, and I don't actually, because here's the thing, I'm not on the big indie shows, but my calendar is always full. Like, I'm wrestling 2 or 3 times a week. I still work a full-time job. I very rarely have time to myself. But anyone that's trying to say that I don't put in the work and I'm just some guy that got lucky doing TikTok, it's complete bullshit. So it's just directed at people that the naysayers, basically, people that think that I don't deserve anything that I've gotten.
Well, people don't understand either. Even if let's just say all you were was doing things on TikTok or whatever, that's a lot of work. Because like you gotta make sure it posts at the right time, go viral, right hashtags, the right, edit it all together and all that shit. So it's not just a throw a video on TikTok and it's going to magically get over. It
Right.
it takes work. So
And the thing I think a lot of people don't realize now is that social media is such a big part of wrestling.
mhm.
And, at this point, if you're an independent wrestler, you have to take social media seriously.
Mhm.
And, I happen to find something that worked for me. There's people that have taken inspiration from that and done their own thing and had success. So, but I guess maybe I was the first one that did it and really pissed people off. So,
Mhm.
I don't know if maybe that's just what it was. When I first started doing the videos, I kind of understood it because it was, who is this old man who I've never heard of telling me that the wrestling I like is bad, So I get it, but I think over the last few years I've turned some heads and shown people that I do know what I'm talking about to a degree.
One of
Now,
the things. Oh, sorry, Jimmy, go ahead.
no, you were finishing your thought, so.
Oh no, I was actually going to transition, but you go ahead.
Oh, really quick, because I want to just because you said a lot of fans that think they know everything come at you and they like, what does this guy know and stuff like that. Have you ever got it from people in the industry? You don't have to name names. I'm just saying, have people in the
No, no, no.
industry said,
Name names. Name names.
Honestly, most people in the industry, obviously, they understand it's part of the gimmick, and they're all really like on board with it. I'm not a name dropper, but like if some of these fans knew some of the people that have come up to me personally to tell me how much they love the videos, it would blow their mind.
right?
But
Can you give
honestly,
us
like,
one, Jack? Give us one that put you over. Just you're putting them over. Like just
oh,
one.
I did extras work at the Rumble, and Cody Rhodes came up to me and just shook my hand and said, "Hey, man, I love the videos. Keep it up."
Perfect. That's for the IWC to
Wow.
just like you said. They don't know shit. Fuck you.
And then, there's only one person that he's retired now, but he's very vocal against what I do, what Ben Bishop does, and I'm not going to give him the rub because,
Got
it's
it.
not worth my time.
Yeah, I want positive rub, not the negative shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So I do got to say this. So when I got into the business and I started doing the indie wrestling, I remember watching things going, I seen this thing that people would do in matches and shit, and I'm going, what? It's so obvious, man. Why are you making it so
No.
obvious? And then I would watch people like Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler at the time, now Nick Nemeth, and all these guys do a lot of these things. Shelton Benjamin, some of these mate Kurt Angle, some of these amazing wrestlers, and I was like, I've never once seen them do this ever. They don't do it, in my opinion. I had to really, really watch and study to realize they do it. They just do it so subtly that you never know they did it. And that is the old thigh slap.
I knew it.
And I would watch people, and I'm in the ring going, bro, you're making it so clear that you're smacking your thigh while you're punching someone or while you're kicking someone or while you're taking, like, what are you doing? Like, I can see it a mile away. So clearly it drove you crazy too, because you decided to make it your gimmick, so to speak, on the social media. Was it the same thing that you saw it made you angry, or was it just one of those things that somebody dared you to make fun of it? Like why did that become your kind of shtick?
So it's actually just from one of my very first videos. I can't remember exactly what the context was, but I think it was like an indie versus pro where it was about putting on a headlock. And it was like, obviously the pro was just like lock up, headlock. And then the indie was like, you do all kinds of convoluted maneuvers just to get to a headlock. And then when I had the headlock on, I just smacked my thigh just to make fun of it. And that's how it started. And then like I put them in a couple more videos, and then it got to the point where if I didn't, fans would comment like, "Hey, where's the thigh slap?" So it kind of just became my thing. But it was just to kind of poke fun at it. Like,
Yeah.
When I was coming out of retirement was when I started watching a lot of NXT at the time, and I have no problem with these two gentlemen. But I remember watching the matches between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, and they were great matches. But there's a lot of super kicks, there's a lot of thigh slapping, and it was just like, man, like why, like it's like you said, it's like it's very obvious what you're doing, and in my opinion, like I'm still a big believer that everything that we do should try to make what we're doing look like a legitimate fight, and then when you do that, you're obviously not trying to make it look like a real fight.
Yeah, but it's almost like my thing is this. No disrespect to those guys because they're obviously a wrestler at the top of the level, but it's like, Shawn Michaels, he slapped his thigh on a super kick, but you never knew because he did it so subtly. Same with Dolph Ziggler. Same with Shelton Benjamin. All these guys, when they did a bunch of different moves, they did things you never knew that they did it. And you had to really watch and go, "Oh, that's when he did it." If you had to pay attention for it, but were a lot of the indie guys or whatever you would watch, or even Super Indie or AEW or maybe NXT at the time, they would do things that are just like, okay. And even TNA had this problem. Some still do, where it's like, guys, stop. Work on fixing that. And I almost feel like, why isn't a trainer or a mentor pulling them by the side and say, "Hey, you're this is great, the movie you do, but try to hide your smacking your thigh. Like, why did that just disappear?" And they just don't correct that at all. That's my big, because I mean, when I did something in the ring as a ref, Brian and his dad Earl, wink wink. No,
why you always have to mention his name in the same sentence?
It's 3.
No. Brian would come up and be like, "Hey, what are you doing that for? Like, stop. You could actually make it better by doing this. And what you did was great, but you gave it away by doing this." And it's the same concept with the thigh slap. So I don't know. I just love the fact that you make fun of it because I hate it myself. And just make it don't make it so obvious. Make the magic be magic.
Yeah, but Jack, if I'm not mistaken, there was a video I saw that you did. You were at an indie show, very indie show. I mean, I think it was probably 30 to 40 people there, maybe. You did the Undertaker spot where you did the outside on the apron, the leg drop.
Yes.
And what was so funny, unless I'm interpreting this all wrong, they were asking for the leg slap. And you went up to hit him and hit the leg slap before you even hit him, and everybody popped. And to me, that's fucking. I mean, that's what you do in front of 30, 40 people. I mean, it's brilliant. But I get the point of you selling that. That's stupid to do, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, other people realize how stupid it is, but they like to play along. And like, yeah, listen, if it weren't for people doing that, I would have a lot less money because I sell a lot of merchandise that says thigh slap on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
no doubt.
Hey, if those little kicks can work for Orange Cassidy, the thigh slap should get over him. Why not?
Exactly.
You know what?
That's why I think it would work in front of 30, 40,000 instead of 30, 40.
Yeah, you're right.
It'll work.
You know what? Underrated. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of people ask me, like,
Jack, real quick, where the hell is Richard at? Where's Dick?
He ran off. I don't know what he's doing.
Your beard's not as cool now.
I know.
Or mustache, sorry.
Mustache. This is just me putting myself over a little bit. I've had people like, people that you've heard of be like, why haven't you gotten an opportunity? Because the gimmick works everywhere. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I just don't know the right people and I don't have the right people putting me over or what. But, at the very least, I do know that people at the big companies know who I am. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and hoping that something comes up.
I will say this: you had a great moment in Slammiversary because you got to escort Tessa Blanchard out of the arena by picking her straight up and just walking out. It was a hilarious moment.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. So
I messed up though because I turned away from the camera. I had my moment and I blew it.
Oh yeah, well
you should have just leg slapped.
Amateur.
Yeah, kept on going.
Oh,
I should have.
If you would have done that at Slammiversary, I would have shut off the TV because nothing tops that. You can't beat that.
If you'd have picked her up, just leg slap. Boom.
Just tell everybody in the locker room, follow that.
I would have if I wouldn't have been so sure. They would have been like, "Hey, don't do that."
No, good point.
I think
it was a live. It was a live shot too, so you could have done it and just.
I could have. But I was
I don't
hoping to be invited back at some point.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You might. Yeah, true. Good point. Good point. You made the right decision.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, we have really actually gone sped through here. We've come to a point in our show where we absolutely hate, and that's because you're so amazing, man, and funny, and we love this. Before I let you put your plugs in at all, I would like to see you do something I've never done. Okay, very interesting, and never asked a guest to do. But I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to do it in your character or how you want to do it. Okay.
Okay.
I think you're an internet bitch. I think you are fucking lucky as fuck. I don't think you deserve to be in this business. I think that you're only here because you want to make laughs off everybody else. And you know what? I don't think you deserve shit. So that's what I think of you. And if you don't like it, that's up to you. But all I can tell you is this: if it weren't for the internet, your ass wouldn't even be in the business.
Okay. What companies are you booked for?
I'm actually not.
Okay. Did you just get back from Italy?
I didn't.
No. Okay. How far have you traveled for shows?
Well, that could be a lot of miles. But let's not discuss that. Let's just
How
talk
much money have you made from merchandise sales?
about.
How many followers do you have on social media?
Well, let's just talk about the bullshit that you've gotten into business because of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So how many followers do you have?
All combined, about 125,000.
Okay. Go ahead and put your plugs in.
Yeah.
Awesome,
So,
dude. And by the way,
thank
you know I don't feel that way.
oh yeah, of course. Of course.
I want to see you work, man. I just want to see you work.
You were just being a mark.
Yes, I was.
Pretending to be a mark.
I was being.
Yeah. As far as
What was
plugs,
Fred?
pretty much-
Almost real quick. Sorry, when he mentioned
Yeah.
merchandise sales, I almost came in and said, "Yours, not your dad's."
No, well, me and my dads would have came into play with that though. We did it together, and never mind. We'll go there again. Daniel, we'll talk off air while you hold that doll up. But anyway, go ahead, Jack. Please put all your socials in.
Pretty much all social media. You can find me at Vet Jack Vaughn. Facebook, it's just Jack Vaughn. It's a very obvious photo of me. As far as shows coming up, the big one on November 1st in Alton, Illinois for Pro Wrestling Epic is Jack Vaughn's Super Kicking Thigh Slapping Indie-rific Slamboree Part 2.
I love it. So
You
great.
can find information for that on Pro Wrestling Epic's pages.
Well, before we let you go, I want to let you know, man. I studied you a little bit, wanted to figure you out, wanted to figure out what's going on. Dude, I am so pulling for you to get a major contract where it ever may be. And here at Reffing It Up, we're going to support you, man. We're going to retweet your stuff. I love it. I love the story. And by the way, I think that everybody else is jealous because they weren't as smart as you to be able to be on that internet shit to get themselves over and go viral. So that would be to me, what I would have said, the first thing I would have said when I tried to fuck with you a little bit, just playing, by the way, would have been, what have you had gone viral and how many hits did it get?
Right.
But I think it's awesome, man. I'm really pulling for you, man. And I think you're an awesome dude. And I can't wait to see what happens for you.
Appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I might have to contact you. I'm trying to figure out how to get Twisting Burning 450 Hammer Phoenix Splash on a t-shirt. It just feels like too much.
We can find a way. We can, dumb it down a little, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, there you go.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's great. Yeah, Jack, appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a pleasure. I've been in a video of two of yours, so maybe we do a whole Reffing It Up Jack Vaughn video. That would be.
I remember you getting crap from people for being in a video of mine.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Why?
What?
If I remember right, because I remember where we were. You showed me a comment that someone made on Twitter, and it was basically just like, being in Jack's videos shows that you don't support real wrestling or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I want to be in one of yours really quick. Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yeah, it was great. It's just like, as soon as I was like, oh, what? I got heat. This is great. It's it is what it is. It's people are stupid.
I love heat.
Yeah, I can't
heat.
wait to get the comments. Oh, look at you, old washed up ref, trying to get your name on Jack Vaughn's video. Anyway.
Whatever.
Hey, don't worry. We got your back, brother.
Just comments from a bunch of people whose opinions don't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, Jack.
Yes.
Once again, seriously, I really am 100% pulling for you, man. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Hey, and when
Appreciate
you
it.
get big, when you get hit big, now don't give us that heel turn and don't want to be on anymore.
Oh no, this will be a top priority.
Okay. Oh,
There you go.
you better remember that. Record this
We
shit.
got you.
Oh yeah, we
Hey,
are
hey,
recording.
we are recording. You heard it here first.
That's right. Jack, thanks, buddy. And tell your
Yeah,
cat
thanks, guys.
Richard, he's a dick.
Hold on, he's right here. You want to see him real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please. Let me
do
see
it.
a cat. This is great.
Here, buddy.
You can't get this anywhere, folks.
Wow.
Now
There he is.
do I need to cross my screen? Am I going to have bad luck?
No,
That-
he's okay.
that
Wait a minute, what did
motherfucker
you-
is
what did you-
black.
What did you just say, Brian? You needed to see what?
Richard?
Cross
Dick?
your screen.
Oh, cross
because
my
it's a black
screen.
cat.
For good luck.
Because, no, I thought because you said you needed to see a cat. I was going to say it's the first time you've seen pussy in a while, but
Can we not talk about this online, please?
all right.
He did see a dick though.
I did, Richard. Hey, actually a beautiful cat, man. I used to have a black cat too. I saved it in the snow. I'm not kidding. And it was awesome.
Yep,
Looked
he's the
very,
best.
very, very friendly. How old is it?
Oh, we've probably had him for 8 or 9 years now.
Wow.
Wow. Did you just put a litter box in the house and that's it? And it was all good to go?
No, he was just a stray that hung out, and we just took him in.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love
The
animals.
fact that the tail still comes into
I know.
play,
There's the
that's-
beard.
Yeah, right.
There's
that's
the
how you get your
mustache.
shit in.
Oh, there he
That's how
goes.
you get your shit in.
Jack,
Great.
thank you
Awesome.
so much, brother.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, guys.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Jack.
Hey, thanks, Richard.